You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
This is the land of Rip Van Winkle, the Catskill Mountains, for generations one of our country's most popular vacation lands. An array of parks and woods are set aside for vacationers amid the natural beauty of this lush, green countryside. Freshwater lakes and streams offer all kinds of family fun.
Welcome to Abandoned, the All-American Ruins podcast. It wasn't my intention to come here without you. We just didn't have enough time. Fate's bitchy like that. It's certainly not the most grandiose abandoned space, but we talked about it enough during our to and fro's to the Borscht Belt. To see the pines, which burned down and vanished.
The Pines Hotel, always the latest in innovations here in the Catskills, always trying to stay one step ahead of the competitors. The Concord, the Kutchers, the Nevele has now developed their latest and
to wander the Homowac, which also burned down and vanished.
Some of the great memories of this century-old classic Catskill resort. It's a special one.
To try and sneak into the Nevele one last time, because most of it has burned down and will eventually vanish. And then there's you, in my hand, standing outside this decrepit and desolate security gatehouse, fully operational at one point, in the shadow of the now demolished Schrade Knife Factory.
For centuries, the world's finest cutlery came from a few towns in Europe, but American engineering skill and technique make our own knives second to none today. Whether the menu calls for a roast turkey with all the trimmings or a sweet baked ham.
You and a vintage glass medicine vial that came from one of our many expeditions together in the 7 years that we had each other. Small receptacles like this one becoming a particular obsession you developed far before our urban exploration jaunts. It's impressive, the number of these antique bottles you snagged. Vintage containers like this one. Maybe an old witch hazel brew that you found outside the abandoned house right down the road from mine. An aging glass vial that now holds a small part of your body, which also burned down and vanished. Except for your ghost, of course, which now haunts the abandoned places we used to explore together. The way the phantoms of the former people who used to occupy these forgotten buildings before they became empty and unused often do. Before their inevitable demise, which typically happens in one of three ways. A. Get torched by idiotic teenage arsonists. B. Get demolished by aspiring property tycoons.
Demolition work is standard operating procedure. It has been for generations.
C.
Demolitions can be used.
Get reclaimed by nature. Poisoned earth and all. The way everything will eventually go back into the soil where it came from, before the planet is swallowed by the sun, a star that will also die. After which, who knows what will happen to it? Is its next mythical destination a black hole? Perhaps. A wormhole into a different time-space continuum. Or the next Big Bang. Billions and trillions of years from now, the dusty matter that sits in this small glass vial, a gift from your widowed wife, my friend, who offered me this small token to memorialize your existence, will be burning deep within the dead star we call the sun, having become a part of its complex chemical composition, filled with the souls of creatures and plants, and millennia, and even a fraction of time itself. And I'll be in there with you, my Homo sapien ashes all scrunched tightly together, in and around the rest of the people and places and things and ideas of God that ultimately went back into the earth, because nobody gets out of this video game alive. Who knows how much time I've got left anyway, before I too am sprinkled into a tiny bottle, held onto maybe by someone else who loved me the way I loved you, until they possibly decide to let me go. Which leaves me with the question today.
And in the wake of loss, we're often left
Should I let you go?
Grief is a natural emotion that is deeply personal, and it can take days, weeks, months, or even years to work through the feelings. There is no timetable for grieving a loss. Everyone heals differently. For most, there are several stages to the grieving process, and they are denial, a numbness and disbelief that the event has occurred. Denial acts as a shock absorber that helps us.
The vines cradling this American ruin that stands before me, no larger than the hospital room where you took your last earthly breath, have framed one of the many broken windows leading into this cinder-block tomb, and its sharp edges have become a smudged and sooted mirror that I stare into as I hold you so gently against the golden hour of this Ellenville August. In the akimbo of my jagged reflection, I see you standing behind me, the way we both used to see the ghosts of people standing all around us, the specters of strangers or friends, on those long summer days when we'd try to make sense of the open road, simply by finding the structures hiding along it, like this abandoned security gatehouse, because nothing should be forgotten if we can help it.
So stupid! Oh my god. I hate to tell you.
At the very least, seeing your shadow standing next to me reminds me to make a promise to you that I will always welcome visits from you. It's what Eva said to me when she handed this small part of you off to me.
Here, Blake, I want you to have this. Julie just loved adventuring with you. It was one of her absolute favorite things to do in those last 2 years. She loved it so much. And so I thought that maybe the two of you would just like to keep adventuring together.
Not once.
No, girl, I know.
And why would I?
She's not wrong, not in the slightest. Because, yeah, I wasn't actually done hanging out with you yet. We had so many spaces to get to, like the abandoned Disney-esque mini-castle retirement community, Burj Al Babas, a boneyard that reflects the 2018 economic crisis in Turkey.
Burj Al Babas, over 500 castle-like villas, inspired by European fairy tales.
Or the abandoned Six Flags in New Orleans, the one that they never reopened because George W. Bush decided that Hurricane Sandy wasn't really a big deal. An empty theme park which has since been torn down. A demolition that, coincidentally, started a mere couple of months after you died.
The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Or even this small, abandoned security gatehouse, which we always talked about poking around in, but never did, which is why I'm here today, poking around in it, talking to your ghost and trying to decide whether or not today, the 1-year anniversary of your passing, is the day I let your ashy matter go. I think somehow that keeping you in your last remaining physical form feels unkind and selfish and universally unjust. I mean, shit, your spirit screamed out to the Sagittarian sun, the way mine continues to ascend into the Sagittarian moon, and to keep you here with me in the pocket of my torn jeans may simply just not sit right with me anymore. Anybody else who still has the other pieces and fragments of you that Eva distributed gets to decide how best to handle their own scruples around keeping that smattering of you around, locked inside your own glass prison. I just feel this might be what's best for me. And for you. I take you gently out of my pocket and bring you up close to my face. And imagine it's 1975. The Schrade Knife Factory is still quite active, having been transformed from its original Channel Master antenna factory in 1967 into this larger facility, and you and I work here together in the now abandoned security gatehouse, before all of it closed in 2004, leaving hundreds jobless. Your ghost turns to me and says, "Hey, you want to know where I want to be buried?" Yeah, where? Right here. What the fuck are you talking about, you dummy? I laugh. No, I'm serious, you retort. Think about it. I mean, think of how totally gorgeous this place is going to look after it's inevitably abandoned. The way all buildings are vacated in one way or another, eventually. Think about what it might be like to explore this place after it's abandoned. No humans to crowd around, it's just us. Nobody poking their heads in here asking questions. This property is ours, including these 4 forgotten walls, cement ceiling, and torn up concrete floor. We're playing pretend and laughing and getting through these confounding human hours one day at a time together. Maybe I'm dying in an obvious cancer kind of way, and maybe you're dying because, well, we're all always kind of dying bit by bit. We don't need to carry each other around in our pockets anymore. And you know why? Why? I smile back. Because you and I have carved out a landing in each other's bleeding hearts, and we'll be there forever in some way or another, with or without a small glass vial that holds the final specks and flecks of each of us. As you breathe in to say something else, the parallel universe of our otherworldly fantasy disappears, and it's stupid 2025 again, August 31st, and the sun is finally setting in the Catskills. And I'm trembling at the thought of leaving you behind in here. And that's okay too, I hear you say. It's okay to hold on to me a little bit longer. I knew you would understand, because you'd probably do the same. So, maybe next year, or the year after that, but at the very latest, if and when this abandoned security gatehouse comes tumbling down, I would imagine that'll be the wink from you that says, "Okay, now, for real, let me go, you little faggot," because I know one thing's for sure. Nobody can prove whether or not we'll see each other again. My best Butch Dyke friend and I. And you know something? The feeling that daydream brings up is really nice. So I'll hold on to it, I guess, for just a little bit longer. You don't take up that much space anyway, and if you do, it's far more in my heart than anywhere else. It wasn't my intention to come here without you. We just didn't have enough time. Although, I guess, in a way, you're here just the same. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the 3rd season of Abandoned, the All-American Ruins podcast. Join me as I take you on an immersive sonic journey, recounting my expeditions of abandoned spaces across the United States, which I transform into fantastical audio experiences that allow you, dear listener, to dive into my imagination with me, or maybe inspire you to go out and use your own. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to rate and review the show. Also, if you like to read or enjoy amateur photography, just know that each episode this season is adapted from the original All-American Ruins blog, where you can catch up on more of my adventures. Just visit allamericanruins.com or follow me on Instagram at allamericanruins.
Wow, that outgoing is gay as fuck. I was wondering if you were free at all tomorrow, like at some point to meet up, because I want to meet and record a trivia segment. I want to do something, because I'm not going to be at the show Wednesday, and, I thought it'd be fun, too. So, I don't know. I love you.